coming out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Bam, 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 boom, boom. Appreciate the support. 33 years of prison stories, man. We rolling, we still rolling, man. Somehow, some way, we keep coming up with stories like every single day. Because that's how it is in prison, man. It's just always something happening, always something going on. Just got to be something, to come up in my brain, man, that I remember, man, from all of them 12,365 plus days, man. So, yeah, it's always something, man. And what brought this up was talking a conversation recently with somebody, man. It made me think about, this story right here that I'm getting ready to tell, man, which is, it's a story, man, that a lot of dudes would like to tell, but a lot of dudes couldn't. You know what I'm saying? As far as like them being in this position, man. But this is about hitting what we call it the prison lottery, man. The prison lottery. And it was this young dude named Smiles, man. Smiles was a cool little dude, man. Cool little dude, man. Skinny as a beanpole, and they call him Smiles because he smiled all the time, man. Always smiling, you know what I'm saying? Always, and whenever he talked to you, he just smiling. So I guess that's how he got the name Smiles, right? Tall, skinny dude, man. Little chin scrap beard, man. Little wavy hair and everything. For the most part, always kept himself neat because he always, trying to, get at them girls, man. He locked up. He young. I think he had a, good number to do. Good little bit ahead of him and everything, man. So, he just always wanted, try to holler at a woman and try to get him some weed so he can smoke, That's like the young dude, thing in there. If they ain't into all of that gang stuff and this, that, and the third, which Smiles end up being in too, but still, he was more or less a meek dude. He ain't no rah-rah dude, no killer and all of that, that type of talk. His whole thing is he gonna be smiling up in them girls' face, man, trying to holler at them and talk to them, and for the most part, man, it seemed like he was having pretty good success, man. I guess he tall and slim, got a little, a smile, and the girls, he said the right words, man. I remember we was on River North together. This is when I first met him, you know what I'm saying? He, like I said, he met me at cool, little young, and I talked to him every now and then, and I had the little store box, from time to time, so he used to come get little things from me. We used to chop it up, sit in there and play chess every now and then with him, stuff like that. But he was a cool dude, man. And then I cut hair, so I used to cut his hair. You know what I'm saying? He liked to keep himself fresh and everything, so he was one of my customers, come get his hair cut, once a week, sometimes try to get it cut twice a week, But he was cool, man, and I can remember when I got moved from River North to Nottoway. He got moved with me. He was one of the dudes that got moved with me. So both of us left River North together and came to Nottoway together, and we went in the same block. You know what I'm saying? So normally when you going on a new institution and you go on a new institution with some dudes you came from another institution with, and y'all go on the same block, y'all usually kick it, because y'all the new people there. But more or less, it was a lot of people there that already knew me because, I've been locked up a long time, but a lot of people ain't know him. So by him being around me, that gave him, credibility by association. You know what I'm saying? Which, was cool because I thought he was a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, he was in and out of that little gang stuff. He really wasn't really active in it, but he was supposed to be a part of, one of them little organizations or whatnot. And, but like I say, for the most part, he stayed out of trouble. He wasn't really like, doing all that, tomfoolery and that skullduggery that they was doing. Like I say, his main thing was try to get him something to smoke, make sure he got something to eat in that box at night. He had decent little support from home, and he gonna be trying to holler at every CO. They got female, they got the name female, got the gender female. He trying to holler at them, you know what I'm saying, and trying to catch. But I can remember, man, we been on there and everything, man. We probably had been on there in that block now for probably about a year. He settled in with a decent seller. He was all right with his selling. We still chopped it up every now and then, not as much, but we still chopped it up. We was still cool. He used to always call me Unc. You know what I'm saying? Unc, man, you know, we came up here together, man. You know, we smooth little cat. We came up here together, man. You know, we been riding it out, man. Been about a year, da-da-da-da. Like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? He said, man, Unc, I hope you make parole. He always used to tell me, he hope I make parole or whatnot. Man, I can remember, man, they started getting a lot of new COs in, man. They was bringing them in, man. They was, you know, like, a lot of COs was quitting, so they was hiring a lot of new people. And, you know, Smiles, he on the hunt, you know what I'm saying? He got a long bit to do. He trying to find somebody to do it with him, you know? So, I remember, man, they brought this new flock in, man, and they put this one in particular lady over in our block. I ain't gonna call her name, man, you know what I'm saying? But they put her in our block. Now, she to me, she had a good attitude. She wasn't no nasty CO. She was, you know, she had a good attitude. She had a good little rapport with people, you know what I'm saying? Kind of reserved, whatever. You know, she wasn't no bad looking woman. Her body won't the best. It won't the best. But she had some big up top though, real big up top. Now in prison, mind you, when you in prison, you know, what's the old saying that they say beggars can't be choosy? Them dudes ain't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? It's a female. You know what I'm saying? We amongst dudes all day, every day, 24/7, 365. It's a female. No matter what female come in that prison, they gonna get some attention. I'm telling you this is actual and factual. I wouldn't care if you if you send one in there with a half a leg and one eye and two teeth. Somebody is gonna say something to her. I guarantee you that, man. Somebody's gonna say something to her, man. Yeah, so Smiles, you know, at this time, Smiles had got, no, he was in our block, then he got moved to the other side. He got moved to the other side because he went over there to get in the cell with his homeboy. So now I'm in this block, he in this block, but they're adjacent to each other. So the new CO is up in there. And like I say, when you get a new CO, you got to feel them out. They got to feel you out, whether it's a male or a female. You just got to see how they come so you know what you can do, what you can't do, what you can get away with, what you can't get away with, how they going to be operating the doors, how they going to be talking to you. You got to know all of this because, like I say, they new. And they got to learn you just like you got to learn them, because unless you end up with a whole lot of charges, get locked up for some foolishness. Because there's certain things you can say to, an officer, and it don't faze them. And they may, you know, have that type of, you know, back and forth, which is certain things you can say the same thing to another officer, they're going to lock you up or cross you up. So you got to learn these or who you dealing with, and they got to learn you, you know what I'm saying? So for the most part, like I say, she was cool. She was all right. She was a kind-hearted person, you know what I'm saying? She really won't sweating dudes that much, then, you know, letting them get away with a lot more than most officers would, you know. Now, you know, she a female, she knew, and like I say, I described to y'all how she looked, but, you know, dudes is jumping in that shower on her, you know, trying their hand with the gun game, you know. So once that go down, and she don't write nobody up, she don't get nobody no charges, man, the word gonna spread like, you know, like emails, man, you know what I'm saying? So now all of the gunners gonna get in that shower on you every chance they get if they know you ain't writing no charges. See what I'm saying? And it don't matter. Like I say, you could be the lady I told you with the one leg. They going up in there. They going up in there. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm making notes now because it's making me think about some other stuff that I want to tell y'all about. That's another video though. But anyway, yeah. So, you know, Smile started talking to. You know, he stayed at the booth. He a dude, we call him in prison, the dude to play the booth. He played the booth. Meaning that if it's a female up there and she is talking to you, but she gonna give you some rhythm and you can talk to her, that dude gonna be at the booth all day long. You might go up there try to get a request. You may go up there to get something and you gonna have to tell him, excuse me, or dudes that get irritated and agitated, that's what they gonna be like, man, excuse me, man, let me get to the booth. That's a dude that's agitated. A dude that's gonna respect the game and go ahead on and try to let him do what he can do. If he can do it, is gonna be like, hey, Smiles, tell her give me a request for him, and he let him act so he can be the one to just facilitate everything going. Because obviously, if she talking to him that much, she like him in some type of capacity, or either she would tell him, look, go ahead, step away from the booth. Smiles used to be up there, to my understanding, all day, every day, right? So obviously everybody now kind of like know they got something going on, or some type of, you know what I'm saying, it's something going on right there. So the little words start spreading, this, that, and the third. It get back to me, you know what I'm saying, because like I say, it's a rumor mill, but it's in-house. Dudes is just talking amongst themselves, but when you talk amongst yourself, you tell this dude he got a cool dude, he's cool with that dude, cool with another, it's gonna just get around. So now the word out there, Smiles and Shorty been kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, all of a sudden, Smiles got a job on the night shift, right? He done got a job on the night shift, whereas he come out at night. On night shift, you out there, it ain't gonna be but a couple of workers, 2 or 3 workers out there at night. But you come out when everybody else is locked down, right? And you got from the last lockdown is 9 something. Then it might come out at 11 something, and they might come out at 9 something. On the weekends, they might stay out there till 11 o'clock. After that, it ain't nobody, it ain't nobody out till breakfast time. Okay, now the shifts is working 6 in the evening till 6 in the morning. So if you got the night shift and you come out and you could be out all night, you out all night and you got all the access to be talking when ain't nobody can't come to the booth, can't nobody disturb you. Another CO can't come in the block without the person that's in the booth, the one you talking to, open the door to let them in. So you basically alone with this person. You know what I'm saying? You can talk to him however you want to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you want to talk to him about whatever you want to talk about. So now everybody kind of figure like they got something going on there. He done got a job on the night shift. He got a job on the night shift so he could be, spending more time with her. Now from my cell on the opposite block of what he owned, I got a clear view of the booth and the back door that leads to the laundry room, right? So after Smiles got the job for a little while now, everybody is, whispering, I ain't gonna say everybody, but certain people that's in a certain circle, they get to me. They say, man, Smiles is doing his thing at night. He going back, she opening the door, which is a total breach of security. We talking about the door to the control booth, where you get in there, you can open up all the doors, they get the key to get out the block, everything. They saying that she opening the door at night and acting like she in the booth when everybody else is asleep, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't too many people can do anything, you in the cell, so she ain't really got to be too attentive. A lot of people that work the night shift anyway, they be in the booth sleeping and everything. They don't be doing that. They be lacking in sleep. They saying she opening the door at night and going back in the laundry room with Smiles for 30, 40 minutes, hour at a time, right? So this is crazy, right? So I'm saying the few people in this circle is talking about it. So he come back to me, and then dude that sleep beside me, he tell me, oh yeah, I done seen him. Yeah, they go back there. She open that joint every night. Smiles come out, she open the door, she got the back door, she prop the joint up inside the door, and then she gone. You if you call for in the booth, she gone. You know what I'm saying? They in the back. I said, man, go. He said, man, I'm trying to tell you. He said, you come to your door about 1:32 in the morning and look in that booth to see if you see anybody. He said, man, she be going about there. You know what I'm saying? So now, man, if she gone and another officer coming to the block, he got to come make a round something. She know though, she got the radio, she'll know he coming. When you from the salad port, you cannot see all the way in the booth. So they wouldn't even know she ain't in there. But she ain't got to do nothing but come right back up the back stairs and go right in the back door and come open the door, close the door like she won't never out there. So it's a perfect scenario if you can get it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, he had it. So, man, When you talking about, that's what I say, that's the prison lottery. Meaning that what a man is deprived of most in prison besides his freedom is, to be able to be with a woman. He was able to be with a woman every night. You know what I'm saying? Every night, obviously. I'm like, man, that's the lottery. What more can you ask for? You're locked up and you with a woman every night. Yeah, you with a woman every night. What, you ain't got no complaints. You know what I'm saying? So it was going down, man. It was going down. You know what I'm saying? I even seen it for myself, man. I get up one night to use the bathroom, and then it just dawned on me. You know what I'm saying? Cause I won't stay up just to see that. Even though dude said, "Man, you go to your," I be knocked out. But I get up one night to use the bathroom, and I'm using the bathroom, and it just dawned on me. I said, man, look out here. So I go look out there. When I look out there, it's probably like 4 in the morning. I look out there, I'm looking around, I don't see nobody in the booth. Nobody in the booth. So it intrigued me to just be there for a minute. So I stood there for a minute, man. I'm just standing there for a minute. I think I stood there for probably about 10 minutes, just looking out in the block, seeing if anybody else was at their door, whatever. And after about 10 minutes, I see her come back through the back door. I see her clear as day, right? See her close the door. When she closed the door, right behind her, Smiles. He right there and there. He at the door talking to her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, this for real. You know what I'm saying? This for real. So it was crazy though, because see, that's how things go in prison too. Now he was I'm his uncle and all this and all that, but now, he got his little thing going on. I barely even heard from him at all. I hadn't even talked to him in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And he right across the hall. You know what I'm saying? Plus, now, the girl, he got her. That's what you call, he got her. He done pulled her. He doing his thing every night. That's the part, got to be the greatest part about the whole scenario. But she also now, she bringing him tobacco. Tobacco is the biggest commodity on the compound at this time. They done took the cigarettes away. You can make more money with tobacco than you can with anything on it. I mean, these dudes are selling little paper roll-up cigarettes for $7, $8. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, $7 or $8. You could take one cigarette and make 5 little roll-up cigarettes and sell each one of them for $8, $7 or $8. So, you do the math. You know what I'm saying? So they killing it. So you talking about, this is a female CO. She able to bring in big bags of tobacco. So he making, money over money. You know what I'm saying? Just having the tobacco. He killing them. So now, he like to smoke weed. So now he getting weed in. But he getting it just a personal amount of weed. He using it. He getting it to his buddies. They high every day. He got tobacco. He's sending tobacco over here, over there. He killing them. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he giving her money too, but he killing them. You know what I'm saying? He is living the life in penitentiary, man. He got tobacco. He got weed. He got sex. He locked up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he is living the life. He hit the lottery. He hit the prison lottery. You know what I'm saying? So now, like I say, he a meek dude. He ain't about all that rah-rah stuff. He might talk a little, but you can look at it, he ain't built like that. So now you got the organization that he was supposed to be in, a gang member. Now he in and out, but he just like, I don't know what you call it. I don't know their politics and how they do it. But now they leaning on him. They want to lean on him now because they like, oh, you get money, now you got to break bread with the family. Because they know he getting all the tobacco. They know all the tobacco. He getting so much tobacco that he got tobacco in this whole building. It's mostly coming from him. And he got so much, he's sending it to a whole nother building. And they eating off of it. He just reaping the benefits for all that. But now he breaking bread with this dude, that dude, and this dude, because he also got to keep the wolves up off of him because he ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? So he got to keep the wolves up off of him because if you getting money in the penitentiary, you can rest assured the wolves is coming. And you know what I'm saying? They coming either by pack or either alone. But the wolves is coming because they going to want to eat too. So he got some dudes that's around him, some of my homeboys and stuff, even Pito, one of the dudes, they reaping the benefits too, because they like smoke weed. He get weed. He gonna let them smoke weed. Okay, you trying to get at him, they gonna be like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So it's the dynamics. So now, but they got the gang dudes trying to lean on him and trying to tell him, he got to break bread. And he's saying, look, I ain't even in there no more. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden now, y'all, because I'm getting money, y'all won't a part of it. But, y'all won't claim me. And I had backed up out of this stuff. I said, I don't do it no more. They saying you got to pay anyway. You know what I'm saying? They saying you got to pay anyway. You know what I'm saying? So then you got my homeboy L. Shout out to L. You got L and Peter over there. They mess with him and they like to smoke and they smoking off of him. So they like, oh, nah. Y'all ain't taking this. Y'all ain't taking that from him. So now it's getting ready to be a whole thing. You see what I'm saying? It's getting ready to be crazy. But all of this now is drawing attention to his main thing that he got going on with this girl, with this CO. You know what I'm saying? So that's putting a highlight on that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to keep under wraps, because if that fall apart, everything else fall apart. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure in his mind, he know that that's the most important thing he got going on. But see, he got too loose. He got too comfortable. You see what I'm saying? He got too loose. He got too comfortable. Now, when you got a situation like that going on, not only do you got the wolves coming, then you got the vultures coming too. Now you got the vultures coming. Now you got the backstabbers coming. Now you got these lost-hearted bammers coming. They more or less know, it's more or less known, you know what I'm saying, that what Smiles got going on, where all the tobacco coming from, where the weed coming from, what he got going on with this girl. So now you got these little vultures and these little cutthroat, bammers. They'll sneak up to the booth and start trying to extort the lady. Start trying to blackmail the lady. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this type of stuff be going on in there, man. People, and this is why people be getting killed in the penitentiary. You got certain dudes that'll pull up on some, like, this type of stuff the Bammers will do. They'll pull up on the booth and be like, look, man, what's up? I know what you and Smiles got going on, man. Hey, look, man, just, break me off a little something. What are you talking about? See, she gonna deny till she die, which she's supposed to. But these dudes are threatening. They say, yeah, well, I mean, hey, dudes be dropping notes, man. Let the people know, man, you lose your job, you lose everything. Just look out for me. Yeah. Yeah, this type of stuff. And they'll take these type of chances thinking that they can lean on the person, not even taking in consideration that if she dealing with this dude, she might go back and tell him, and then he might come get at you. You know what I'm saying? But they looking at the dynamics. They looking at like, Smiles ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they try their hand. But she telling him this. So he telling the soldiers, and that's how it's getting back, man. Oh, so now dude's looking at this dude. We thought he was thorough, but you a snake. You the type of dude that go try to backstab somebody and blackmail a woman. So you basically snitching. You saying you gonna tell on her, all types of crazy stuff, man. You got dudes that'll go up there with that and be like, oh, I'm going in the shower. They go in the shower now and open the shower curtain all the way up and be, flashing and gunning her because they thinking she ain't gonna tell because she dirty. So if she say something to him like, hey, close the shower curtain up or whatever, they be like, they come out the shower, go to the booth, tell them, oh, I know you ain't gonna write me up with all the stuff you doing around here. You snitching. And the lady like, what you mean what I'm doing? Oh, everybody know what you doing. This one in particular dude did that. And everybody thought he was super thorough until he did that, because she was getting ready to lock him up for gunning because she done told him to close the shower 3-4 times. He ignored her, and she talking about writing him up. He basically go to the booth and say, okay, yeah, you write me up. I'm going to write you up. Yeah, everybody know what you doing. And dudes heard him say that. Changed his whole persona. Like, man, you talking about snitching on the ground just to get out a gunning charge and you gunning? Oh, man, you ain't solid. You ain't nowhere near solid. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's the police. She trying to get me in trouble. Man, that ain't how the game go, man. That ain't how the game go. You got to take the bitter with the sweet, man. The crooked with the straight. You know what you doing. Now you gonna tell on the broad and stop everything else that's going on. Mess this man's situation up because you in the wrong. But the bottom line is you snitching. Oh, no, it ain't like that, man. No, I'm just saying. Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It was a crazy situation, man. But the dogs that was over there, Pito and my dude L, man, they ain't going for nothing. So the extortion game got cut. Y'all ain't taking nothing from dude, you know what I'm saying? But the game is dirty, man. The game, when you hit that lottery, you got to be. It's just like on the street, I guess. When you hit the lottery, everybody now, all your third cousins, your fifth cousin, everybody wants some money. Everybody coming at you. It's the same way in here. So with all that gonna come all of this too. And Smiles, he won't built for all of that type of pressure, man. He won't built for it. You know what I'm saying? But he trying to hold on. So now he feeling so much pressure, even though he got Pito, he got L, and then L got his cast and Pito got his cast. So that's an army within itself that really ain't nobody gonna really, they ain't really got no win. So they got to decide whether it's worth it to try to, extort somebody and get hurt over something that don't belong to you, or that you trying to take, or just leave it alone. So they picked it, to leave it alone because it wasn't gonna work out the way they thought it was gonna work out. So Smiles is Jack good on that end, but then he got the pressure and stuff coming from everybody else. Then he got the pressure coming at the brow. You know what I'm saying? They going at her, and she can't take the pressure. She feeling like somebody gonna tell on her, like she gonna lose her job, like the gig gonna be up. So then she wanna move, right? She want to move, so she ended up asking for a request to get moved somewhere else so she could get away from all the dudes that know about what's going on. When she get moved, then she telling Smiles, all you got to do is wait a little while, then you get moved. You know what I'm saying? And that way everybody don't know what's going on. They had just started the whole situation. They got it, the way they want to have it, but too many people over here know because everybody over here done seen it from its inception. Everybody on our block, everybody on that block, they know. Only reason they ain't got back to the administration because everybody is enjoying the tobacco and the weed. You know what I'm saying? So don't nobody want to say nothing to the police. But in my mind, the police kind of like had to have a whisper because there's just so many snakes in the grass. Somebody done whispered it to the police. I guess I just feel like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she eventually get moved. Smiles is breaking his neck, doing everything he can to get moved. When she got moved, everybody know what's going on because there's like a drought. The tobacco and the weed was in the block every day, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Won't no droughts or nothing in there. By the time she get moved, within a month of her being gone, you can feel the effects of it. All these dudes now got daily smoking habits, got all that now they feeding. Man, where the tobacco at? Ain't no more tobacco. Where this? You know what I'm saying? Because he can't get it like he could get it then at will. Now he got to go through this person, that person, whatever. If she brings something in over there, till he could get over there with her, it got to pass through hands just to get back to him. And when they pass through all them hands, you can best believe there's some nip and tuck going on. People is pitching out of it, doing this. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on there. You know what I'm saying? So I can remember, man, he eventually, man, had to get locked up. This is what's so crazy. Now, he would claim he did it on purpose, but I don't think it was a purposeful move. Smiles get locked up for gunning another female. He got a whole bro bringing him this, that, and the third, and a new bro come in the booth, and he goes in the shower and pull out on her, and she lock him up. So he goes to jail for gunning. You know what I'm saying? And now it's a total drought. You know what I'm saying? So when he get out, he still ain't in the building with the lady at. His lady. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know if she still rock with him or not, cause she worked for the system. She know he got locked up for gunning. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if she felt some type of way about that or not. You know what I'm saying? But he in a whole other building, but he closer to the building that she work in. So he's sneaking over there, going all the way up in the joint, going up in there and talk to her. That shows a little desperado that maybe she was salty about him getting locked up for the gunning and stuff. So he going all the way in the building. That's a charge right there. And that look even more suspicious. Like, why is she letting him in there knowing that he don't live in there? And then she entertaining him at the booth for hours at a time. The dudes in the block gonna be mad because, like, man, this Bama don't even stand here. He up in our block, up at the booth. She can't open the doors because she talking to him or whatever. It's just crazy, man. It's just chaos, man. So that's why I say, too, with all that was going on, there's no way the administration could not know about that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way they could not know about it, man. Smiles, man, ended up, he got locked up again. He got locked up again for some investigation, I heard. So they got him back there from investigation. She ended up leaving. She quit. She left, which was probably the best thing for her, because if she would have got caught, it would have messed up whatever other opportunities she had and other jobs or whatever. But she ended up, you know what I'm saying, quitting. Smiles stayed in the hole for a while. He ended up coming out, you know what I'm saying, and he eventually ended up back over there in the block where we was, not the block, but the block that he left up out of and everything, man. But yeah, Smiles had the lottery for a minute, but he was enlightened because he knew when he got a long bit to do, he was enlightened about what comes with hitting that lottery. What comes with all these, you know, you know the benefits. You know the pros. Now you see what the con is. All the stuff you got to fight off. All the stuff you got to deal with. The vultures, the wolves, the lions, you know, the buzzards, you know, the backstabbing. All of that come, man, when you hit any type of success in prison. You know what I'm saying? Any type of gains, it's gonna come with some whole lot of flammery, man. You know, and then he started back talking to me. Then he want to talk. He said, yeah, Uncle used to tell me this, that. I said, yeah, you keep campaigning, you gonna get elected. You holler at every girl, you gonna catch something. You know what I'm saying? You gonna catch something you caught. And then you see all that come with it. You know, you'll be better prepared next time. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't stopped. He ain't stopped because he was down on some brothers. I heard he had another one right before I left. You know what I'm saying? I heard he had another one. You know, but I ended up leaving though. But yeah, he was a good dude, man, navigating his way through prison, and he going the way of the route of trying to get at them girls. That's his hustle. That's what he do. That's his game. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he learning. He learning, but he got a big initiation when he pulled old shorty, because all eyes was on him and all pressure was on him as well, man. But yeah, and he hadn't even been locked up, but you know what I'm saying, it ain't been but a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So he in it now. He all the way in the game. All the way in. Yeah, he all the way in the game now, man. He just got to get the rules. He know the rules now, you know. But yeah, I remember, man, when Smiles hit the prison lottery, man, he caught the big fish, man. He caught the big fish. He had her, you know, and he was doing his thing, but he understood then that with that comes a whole lot of pressure, man. You know. But yeah, man, that was the gist of that, man. But I heard though, you know, through the grapevine since I've been out, man. I think I talked to him a couple of times since I've been out. And I heard he still messing with that same CO. She left. She, you know, got back in touch with him. I heard they still in contact right now. And, you know, they super cool and they, you know, they in correspondence. I heard they was engaged. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that is or how that's gonna shake out or whatever, right? But I wish him all the best, man. I wish him all the best. But you know, this is penitentiary 101, man. It's learning when you get in there, man. That you're in a different world. It's different rules. It's different regulations, man. And you got to know the rules, because if not, you gonna get swept under the rug, man. You gonna get swept under the rug, ran over, steamrolled, and everything else. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Talk to me, I talk back. You know, like I say, man, it's a blessing in every lesson, man. And the blessing is, man, that, you know, Brother Smiles is okay. He healthy, man. You know, he ain't had to go to war behind nothing that he was doing. He didn't get hurt. He just learned a lot of lessons, man. He learned a lot of lessons, you know, and he got a little bit to do ahead of him. So, man, I wish him well, man. You know, y'all let me know what y'all think, man, in the comments, man. Let me know. Talk to me, man. I talk back. I thought about a couple of other stories doing this video, too, that I'm going to try to remember, do some more thinking on. I'll bring to y'all later on. In the meantime, in between time, man, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. And by all means, duck them hooks, man. They out there. Bam.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality. You know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.